When it comes to relationships, avoidants are edge runners. They only love one person, however, that does not stop them from being with multiple people as a backup plan. Avoidants are really good at juggling multiple love interests. This is a skill that almost every avoidant knows instinctively. Nobody has more backups than an avoidant. They maintain specific relational pattern where they keep multiple people at varying levels of emotional engagement simultaneously, keeping you at certain distance while maintaining contact with ex-partners or while pursuing new interests, keeping several potential partners in rotation at different stages of connection, keeping backup options available while maintaining primary relationship at defended comfortable distance. Sign 1. They're consistently available, then suddenly disappear without explanation, cycling this pattern regularly. The avoidant demonstrates predictable pattern where they are highly available and engaged for a period of days or weeks, responding quickly to messages, initiating contact frequently, making plans to spend time together, demonstrating apparent interest and investment that suggests relationship is progressing toward increased intimacy and commitment. During available periods, they may be affectionate, emotionally present in ways that exceed their usual defended presentation, apparently invested in building connection with you. This availability creates hope that their patterns are improving, that they are finally developing capacity for consistent presence, that relationship is moving towards sustainable partnership you have wanted. You interpret availability as evidence their feelings are deepening, as sign they are overcoming defended limitations, as indication they are choosing you and choosing committed relationship. Yet the availability ends abruptly without warning or adequate explanation. They suddenly become distant or minimally responsive, stop initiating contact, cancel plans, or avoid making new plans, demonstrate withdrawal that contradicts their previous availability. The disappearance includes weak or absent explanation for changed behavior. They claim to be busy with work, dealing with personal issues, needing space to handle stress, experiencing overwhelm that requires them to reduce social engagement. The explanations sound reasonable, yet feel insufficient, given the dramatic shift from high availability to near absence. The disappearance lasts for a period of days or weeks, during which you receive minimal contact, brief responses to your messages without initiation from them, vague statements about getting together soon without concrete plans, maintenance of minimal connection that prevents complete ending while providing almost no actual engagement or presence. This cycle repeats with regularity. Period of availability followed by period of disappearance, followed by return to availability that initiates new cycle. The pattern may align roughly with weekly or bi-weekly rhythm, may correspond to their work schedule or to other regular commitments, may seem random, yet demonstrates consistency in its cycling between engagement and withdrawal. You begin recognizing pattern, yet cannot predict it reliably enough to protect yourself, cannot determine when availability will end and disappearance will begin, cannot know how long disappearance will last before availability returns, cannot identify what triggers the shifts between engaged and withdrawn states. The cycling pattern specifically indicates rotation, where availability periods correspond to them, focusing attention on you, while disappearance periods correspond to them, redirecting attention to others in rotation. When they are available to you, they may be in withdrawal phase with someone else, may be creating distance from previous focus, allowing them to engage with you without feeling overwhelmed by competing demands on their attention and emotional energy. When they disappear from you, they may be in availability phase with someone else, may be providing to another person the engagement and presence they withdraw from you, may be pursuing new interest that temporarily captures attention they previously directed toward you. The rotation allows them to maintain defended, comfortable distance across their relational landscape, never becoming too engaged with any single person, never facing the sustained intimacy demands that consistent presence with one person would create, always having option to withdraw from whoever is requiring too much while activating toward whoever is currently requiring less. The pattern particularly serves their defended need to prevent any single relationship from developing sustained intimacy that would threaten their autonomy and activate engulfment fears. Sustained, consistent presence with you would naturally deepen intimacy, creating expectations for emotional availability and commitment that exceeds their defended tolerance. The cycling prevents this deepening by ensuring they never maintain availability long enough for intimacy to develop beyond defended threshold, withdraw before your expectations or emotional needs exceed what they can provide without experiencing defended discomfort, return when sufficient distance has been created that re-engaging feels safe rather than threatening. Maintain this rhythm that keeps connection perpetually at defended comfortable level without progression toward committed intimate partnership. Understanding that cycling availability indicates rotation protects you from accepting explanations about busy schedules or personal stress as complete truth. While work stress or personal issues may be genuine, cycling pattern reveals these are not full explanation for disappearances, because pattern repeats too regularly to reflect purely circumstantial variation in their external demands. The pattern instead reflects strategic management of multiple connections, where your availability in their life cycles, based on their defensive need for distance, alternating with need for connection, based on where you fall in rotation of people. They are managing to maintain defended equilibrium without committing fully to any single person, including you. The protection comes from recognizing you deserve consistent presence, rather than cycling that keeps you uncertain and prevents relationship from developing sustainable intimacy that consistency would create. Sign 2. They keep their phone face down and guard it protectively even during intimate moments. The avoidant demonstrates heightened protectiveness about their phone and digital communications that exceeds reasonable privacy boundaries. Keeps phone face down on surfaces, ensuring notifications are not visible. Positions phone away from your view when using it. Angles screen away from you when checking messages, even when you are not attempting to look. Picks up phone immediately when notification sounds preventing you from seeing who is contacting them or what preview of message might be visible. This protective behavior extends to digital privacy more broadly. Guards passwords carefully, closes apps when you approach, switches screens when you enter a room, maintains separate digital life that you have no visibility into, despite relationship intimacy that would normally include some natural mutual awareness of each other's communications and social connections. The protectiveness particularly manifests during intimate moments when guarding would seem unnecessary if they had nothing to hide from you. During dates when connection feels close, they remain vigilant about phone positioning and access. During physical intimacy, they keep phone nearby yet protected, preventing you from casual access. During vulnerable conversations, they maintain awareness of phone, ensuring you cannot see notifications that might reveal information about other connections they are maintaining. The contrast between emotional intimacy of moment and their continued digital protectiveness creates cognitive dissonance, suggests they are present with you emotionally, yet simultaneously protecting information that would undermine the connection you are experiencing in moment if you had access to what they are concealing through their protective digital behavior. The protectiveness includes defensive reactions when you accidentally or intentionally see their screen. They minimize or close what they were viewing quickly, shift position or turn away, preventing you from seeing more. Express irritation or accusation that you are trying to invade their privacy, even when your viewing was accidental or innocent. They refuse requests to use their phone even for legitimate practical purposes, will not let you use their phone to make call when yours is unavailable, will not let you look something up on their phone when yours is not accessible, will not hand you their phone to show you photo or message they reference, preferring to show you while maintaining control of device. This refusal extends beyond protecting passwords to protecting any access that might reveal information about their communications and connections with others. The guarded behavior particularly indicates rotation when combined with high volume of notifications they receive, phone buzzes or lights up frequently suggesting active ongoing communications with multiple people. Notifications come at various times throughout day and evening, suggesting communications are not limited to work or family contacts. Variety of apps generate notifications, suggesting diverse types of communications across different platforms. When you ask about frequent notifications, they provide vague explanations. Claim notifications are mostly from work, from group chats with friends, from apps rather than from individual people, from family members who message frequently. The explanations may be partially true, yet feel incomplete, given the volume and timing of notifications that suggest more active and varied communication than their explanations account for. The digital protectiveness serves specific defensive function of preventing you from discovering they are maintaining active communications and connections with multiple people simultaneously, preventing you from seeing messages from others in rotation that would reveal they are not as invested in you as their behavior during available periods suggests, preventing you from learning. They are making similar plans with others that they make with you, undermining your sense of being special or chosen, preventing you from recognizing they are expressing similar interest or affection to others that they express to you, revealing that expressions you receive are not unique or indicative of special connection, but are standard communication pattern they maintain across rotation. The protection through guarding phone maintains information asymmetry that serves their rotation strategy. You remain unaware of others, allowing them to manage each connection as though it exists in isolation without people in rotation knowing about each other or comparing notes that would reveal the pattern. Understanding that phone protectiveness indicates rotation protects you from accepting privacy explanations as complete justification for guarded behavior. Reasonable privacy in healthy relationship includes some mutual awareness of each other's communications and social connections, includes knowing generally who partner communicates with regularly, includes mutual comfort with partner occasionally seeing screen without defensive reactions, includes willingness to share phone for practical purposes without fear that sharing will reveal hidden communications. Excessive protectiveness that exceeds reasonable privacy suggests they are actively concealing information about connections with others, suggests phone contains evidence of rotation they cannot risk you discovering, because discovery would force confrontation about their maintained connections with multiple people. That strategy of keeping connections in isolation depends upon concealing from everyone involved in rotation. Sign 3. They refuse to make your relationship social media official or acknowledge you publicly online. The avoidant maintains strict separation between their relationship with you and their public social media presence, refuses to post photos of you together, declines to tag you in posts, or to check in at locations when you are together, avoids commenting on or liking your posts in ways that would publicly indicate connection between you, resists changing relationship status to reflect that they are in relationship with you. When you suggest making relationship more visible on social media, they provide various justifications, claim they prefer to keep personal life private, suggest social media is not important to them, argue that relationship does not need public validation, state they do not want to deal with questions or attention from friends and family that public acknowledgement would generate. The refusal extends beyond avoiding relationship status changes to avoiding any public indication of connection. They maintain social media presence that suggests they are single or at minimum provides no visible evidence that they are in committed relationship. They post content showing solo activities or activities with friends without including you even when you were present. They respond to flirtatious comments or attention from others without establishing boundaries that committed relationship would normally establish. They maintain public persona that is available and unattached, allowing others to believe they are single and receptive to interest. The contrast between their private behavior with you, where relationship exists, and their public presentation, where relationship is invisible, creates confusion about their actual investment and about their intentions regarding relationship's future. The social media refusal particularly serves rotation strategy by allowing them to maintain appearance of availability to others in rotation and to potential new additions to rotation. Others viewing their social media cannot determine they are in relationship with you, allowing them to pursue or maintain connections with multiple people without those people knowing about each other, allows them to receive and respond to interest from others without having to establish that they are unavailable due to commitment to you, maintains their options open by ensuring public presentation does not close off possibilities for activating new connections or maintaining existing ones they want to keep in rotation alongside relationship with you. The invisible relationship means each person in rotation may believe they are primary or only connection, may believe the avoidant is building toward exclusive commitment with them specifically without knowing avoidant is maintaining similar connections with multiple others simultaneously. The refusal also serves to prevent people in rotation from discovering each other through social media connections. If they posted photo with you, others in rotation might see post and question who you are initiating confrontation about whether avoidant is maintaining multiple connections simultaneously. If they tagged you or made relationship visible, Mutual friends or connections might make comments that reveal information about relationship to others. Avoidant is simultaneously maintaining connections with, if they changed relationship status, formal declaration would make deception of maintaining rotation more difficult, because status would establish commitment that contradicts their simultaneous maintenance of other connections. They present as though they might develop into exclusive relationships. The social media invisibility maintains information silos that rotation strategy depends upon, keeps each connection isolated from knowledge of others, preventing the cross-contamination of information that would expose rotation pattern and force accountability for maintaining multiple partial connections rather than committing fully to any single person. The refusal particularly harms you by preventing natural relationship progression, where private connection becomes acknowledged publicly as relationship develops and commitment deepens. Healthy relationship progression includes partners naturally sharing their relationship in public contexts, includes meeting each other's social networks, includes being acknowledged as partner in public settings, includes mutual comfort with others knowing about relationship because relationship is valued, and partners are proud of connection they share. Refusal to make relationship public suggests avoidant does not value relationship enough to claim it publicly, does not see relationship as progressing toward future that public acknowledgement would suggest, wants to maintain flexibility to end relationship without public accountability. That acknowledgement would create, prioritizes defended autonomy, and maintained options over building recognized committed partnership with you. Understanding that social media invisibility indicates rotation protects you from accepting privacy justifications when pattern suggests strategic concealment rather than preference for privacy. Partners who genuinely prefer privacy still acknowledge relationship in appropriate public contexts, still introduce partner to friends and family, still include partner in social activities, still create mutual social network even without social media posts. Partner who refuses both social media acknowledgement and other forms of public recognition is maintaining deliberate separation between private relationship and public presentation. Separation that serves to keep you hidden while maintaining appearance of availability to others. They want to keep in rotation without those others knowing about your existence or about their commitment to you that public acknowledgement would reveal. Sign 4. They maintain suspiciously close contact with ex-partners under guise of friendship. The avoidant maintains ongoing active communication and connection with one or multiple ex-partners that exceeds normal post-relationship friendship boundaries, texts or calls ex-partners regularly, meets ex-partners for one-on-one activities, shares emotional experiences, or seeks support from ex-partners in ways that would normally be directed toward current partner, prioritizes time with ex-partners in ways that sometimes supersedes plans with you. When you express discomfort about close contact with exes, they dismiss your concerns, claim you are being insecure or jealous, insist the relationships are purely platonic friendships with no romantic elements, argue they should not have to end valuable friendships just because you feel uncomfortable, suggest your discomfort reflects your issues rather than legitimate concern about their appropriate boundaries with ex-partners. The maintained contact includes specific elements that suggest connection retains romantic or intimate potential rather than being purely platonic friendship. Communication occurs at intimate times, late night texts, early morning messages, communication during times typically reserved for romantic partners rather than friends. Communication includes emotional intimacy, sharing vulnerabilities, seeking emotional support, discussing relationship issues including issues in current relationship with you. Activities together occur in romantic contexts, dinner dates, activities that resemble dating rather than casual friend hangouts, one-on-one time without group context that would characterize normal friendship activities. Physical affection exceeds friend boundaries, hugging that lasts too long, touching that seems more intimate than friendly, physical closeness that suggests romantic comfort rather than platonic distance. The pattern with exes particularly indicates rotation when avoidance availability to you inversely correlates with their contact with exes. When they are withdrawn from you, they seem to increase contact with exes. When they are available to you, contact with exes may decrease or become less visible to you. The cycling between you and exes suggests they maintain both connections at varying levels of engagement rather than maintaining either connection consistently at appropriate level for relationship status. The ex-partners serve as backup options in rotation. When intimacy with you exceeds comfortable defended distance, they can redirect emotional and physical energy toward ex-partners who may require less or who represent familiar, comfortable connection. When ex-partners become demanding, or when connection with ex threatens to reactivate, they can redirect toward you, providing them perpetual exit strategy from whoever is currently creating defended discomfort. The maintained ex-partner connections also serve specific function of preventing full emotional investment in relationship with you. Emotional energy and intimate connection directed toward exes is not available to invest in building deeper intimacy with you, maintain possibility of reconnection with exes, prevents them from fully closing door on past relationships, allowing them to avoid vulnerable commitment to present relationship with you. Exes serve as comparison points that keep them from fully appreciating what you offer because they can always imagine grass is greener with ex-partner they maintain in rotation. The exes function as permanent rotating options that prevent relationship with you from developing the secure committed foundation that would come from their full emotional availability and their choice to prioritize building partnership with you over maintaining connections with past partners. The suspicious closeness particularly manifests through their defensiveness when you raise concerns. Defensiveness that exceeds reasonable response to partner expressing legitimate discomfort about intimate ex-partner contact. Defensiveness that includes attacking your security or trust rather than hearing your concerns and addressing them through establishing appropriate boundaries. Defensiveness that refuses to adjust behavior despite your expressed discomfort, suggesting they prioritize maintained connection with ex over your comfort in relationship with them. Healthy partner hearing about discomfort with ex contact would naturally adjust boundaries to protect primary relationship, would reduce contact, would ensure interactions occur in group contexts, would create transparency about communication and activities with EX. Defensive refusal to adjust despite partner's discomfort suggests contact with ex serves important function. They are unwilling to sacrifice even when maintaining contact harms current relationship. Suggest X remains in rotation as active option they want to keep available rather than being purely platonic friendship. They could modify to honor primary partner's reasonable boundaries. Understanding that suspicious ex-partner closeness indicates rotation protects you from accepting just friends, explanations when boundaries and behaviors suggest romantic or intimate potential remains active. Healthy friendship with ex-partner includes clear appropriate boundaries, communication that is transparent to current partner, activities that occur in group contexts or in ways current partner is included, emotional sharing that does not exceed what is appropriate for friendship, while respecting that intimate emotional connection should be directed primarily toward current partner, physical boundaries that clearly communicate platonic rather than romantic potential. Ex-partner contact that exceeds these boundaries while avoidant defends, maintaining excessive contact. Despite your discomfort reveals X serves function in rotation strategy, serves as backup option, as emotional escape valve, as maintained possibility, preventing full commitment to you. That rotation strategy depends upon keeping multiple partial connections rather than building single committed intimate partnership. Sign 5. They create artificial scarcity around their time and emotional availability. The avoidant consistently claims to be busier or more overwhelmed than their actual circumstances justify. Claims work, demands, prevent them from being available despite having flexibility in their schedule. That you observe suggests family obligations or personal commitments prevent time with you. Despite evidence these commitments are not as extensive as claimed, communicates they are emotionally depleted or overwhelmed requiring space, despite appearing to have energy for other activities or other people. The artificial scarcity manifests through their communication about availability. They say they are too busy to see you this week, yet their social media shows them engaging in leisure activities. They claim to need space for self-care. Yet you learn they spent time with friends or with others during period. They claim to need solitude. They communicate being overwhelmed by life demands. Yet their actual commitments do not reflect level of overwhelm their communication suggests. The scarcity serves specific function of keeping you wanting more than they provide. Keeps you in position of requesting their time and attention while they determine how much access you receive, maintains their power and control in relationship dynamic through being person who is pursued rather than person who pursues, creates perception of their time as valuable resource you must compete for rather than time being shared between partners, building relationship together. The scarcity also prevents you from expecting consistent availability that would be normal in committed relationship, trains you to accept minimal time and attention as sufficient because their communicated scarcity suggests they have no more to provide, prevents you from recognizing their actual availability is distributed across rotation, rather than being limited by legitimate external demands. The artificial nature of scarcity reveals itself through inconsistencies in their availability patterns. Sometimes they have time to spend significant hours with you, suggesting schedule is flexible. Other times they claim complete unavailability despite circumstances that appear similar to times when they were available. Availability seems to fluctuate based on factors you cannot identify or predict, suggesting availability is being strategically managed rather than reflecting genuine external constraints. The scarcity also reveals through selective availability. They claim to be too busy to see you, yet they are available for certain types of activities they prefer. They suggest no time exists for you, yet they make time for new experiences or opportunities that interest them. They communicate overwhelm, preventing time with you, yet they have energy and availability for activities that serve their interests or for other people who may be in rotation, receiving the time and attention they claim scarcity prevents them providing to you. The artificial scarcity particularly serves rotation by providing justification for limited availability with you that prevents you from recognizing their time is being distributed across multiple connections. Scarcity explanation provides cover for time. They are spending with others in rotation without you knowing this is where their time and energy actually goes, prevents you from expecting the consistent presence and availability that single committed relationship would normally include, allows them to manage multiple partial connections by keeping each person accepting limited access through believing legitimate scarcity rather than recognizing deliberate distribution of availability across rotation. The scarcity ensures no single person in rotation receives enough consistent time or attention to develop expectations for commitment that would threaten defended autonomy and would require choosing one person over maintained rotation of options. The scarcity also functions to keep you perpetually hoping for more time and attention while preventing you from ever receiving enough to feel secure in relationship. Keeps you oriented toward them trying to prove your worth through accepting whatever limited access they provide, prevents you from recognizing their scarcity as artificial strategy rather than genuine limitation, maintains your investment in relationship despite inadequate reciprocation, because you believe if you are patient and understanding enough, they will eventually provide more when their circumstances allow. Yet circumstances never change enough to provide consistent availability because scarcity is not circumstantial, but is strategic, is deliberate creation of limited access that serves their rotation management and prevents intimate committed relationship from developing with you or with anyone else in rotation. Understanding that artificial scarcity indicates rotation protects you from accepting busy claims when patterns suggest strategic distribution rather than genuine limitation. Partners with genuinely limited availability demonstrate consistent constraints. Work demands are verifiable and consistent rather than fluctuating mysteriously. Family obligations have clear parameters rather than vague communication about unavailability. Personal needs for space are communicated with specificity and are honored rather than being claimed as need, then disregarded when something more interesting emerges. Artificial scarcity demonstrates through inconsistency, through selective availability, through claimed constraints that do not align with their actual circumstances, through maintained mysteriousness about where their time actually goes when they claim unavailability to you. The protection comes from recognizing you deserve partner whose availability is genuine and consistent, rather than partner who creates artificial scarcity to manage rotation while keeping you accepting insufficient time and attention they justify through fabricated constraints.